Hello guys, still on about University of Calabar, that's Unical post-UTME series. This will be our lesson 2. We'll be talking about the University of Calabar, that's Unical cutoff mark, and this will be our lesson 2. We're going to talk about how does the cutoff mark look like, what is the criteria, how do you rate it? Do you understand? Now I'll start by telling you that Unical does not really have a specific cutoff mark. Now the cutoff mark of University of Calabar is not specific, so that's the first thing to know. Now, what I want you to make you know is that the cutoff mark depends on, should I say, number one, the number of applicants. What are the number of applicants? How many students are applying this department? Let's say you're applying law. How many students are applying law? How many students are applying medicine? So, number of applicants. Number two is the department competitive. There are some departments that are not competitive. Let's say, for example, a department like Greek is not competitive. So, the criteria for a department like nursing, you can't compare that to a Greek. And what is now the general performance? Is the performance high or the performance is low? Of course, you should know by now that University of Calabar is simply the post-UTME, your post-UTME score and your JAM score, they add them together, divided by 2. So these are the 3 criteria which we are talking with the check. Number 1, we'll talk about the number of applicants, is it a competitive course, and what's the general performance. Now, if you say you understand this, let's give a practical scenario. Let's say there's a student. And let's say the student is by name Etim Okon. Of course, from the word Etim Okon, you should know if the guy is from Cross River or from Akwa Ibom. So let's say this student is applying medicine and surgery. And what's the state? Is from what? From Cross River. Now, let's say this student has JAM score 278. And let's also talk about his aptitude test score, that's 270. Now, what will be his post-UTME score now? So it now becomes 278 plus 270. That means on an average, the student is having 274. Now, this student is from Cross River. I want you to take note of that. And what's his score? His score is 274 from Cross River. And that. Now, let's say we have another student. And let's say this student is the name by the name, Ifoma Chukwudiebere. Of course, it will be a female applicant. And what's she applying medicine and surgery? Where is she from? She's from Imo State. Now, take note of that word. The first guy is from Cross River, but this guy, lady, is having it from what Imo State. Let's see, JAM score 290, and let's see aptitude test 280 now. What's the average? The average is 285. The first guy had 274, and he's from Cross River. The other guy, or the other lady, or the other person had 285, and she's from Imo State. Now, let's take a look at cutoff mark for medicine now. In this particular year, medicine and surgery. First, 3 things. Number 1, we have what we call merit base. 2, we have locality base, and number 3, we have ELDS. ELDS talk about education-led developmental states. As you've seen that. So these states are states that we are pushing them to go to school. They don't actually really go to school, so they call them ELDS. Now look at it. The first thing there is merit. And what's merit? Merit is 305. Merit is regardless of where you are coming from. So let's say number of students applying University of Calabar for medicine, let's say about 7,000 applicants, and they need roughly about just 150 students to be admitted, because University of Calabar graduating quota is 150. So 150 highest, they're going to have, let's just say highest are going to take 150 to 175, in maximum of 175, or we say 200 max, because some students are going to drop. Do you understand? After first year 1, they're going to drop students. After first MB, they're going to drop before second MB and third MB and so on. So let's say practically 305 is the merit score. Now, if you don't meet up to the merit, locality and what ELDS, you can see that. Now we're going to list the states for ELDS so that you will know whether that lady from Imo State comparing with that guy from Cross River. So let's say we have other departments like dentistry. Dentistry merit 282 and locality 252, ELDS 222. Let's see radiography. I'm listing this is for medical. These are for just medical courses, and it is what apply to all other departments as well. So radiography 250, locality 233, ELDS 299, and medlab merit 254, locality 245, ELDS 223, and nursing, popular nursing, and merit 286, locality 272, and ELDS. Now you observe that after medicine, the other competitive that have a high score is nursing, because everybody in Nigeria, everybody going for the medical field, either they are going for medicine or they are going for nursing. Practically, in fact, all the science ladies, all the ladies in Nigeria wants to do nursing. So nursing is another very competitive department, very competitive. So the cutoff is going to be high. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And they can't admit more than 220 nurses. Do you get? So now we are checking about the 3 T's. Now from here, from the admission, we'll talk about 3 T's now in the cutoff mark. We'll talk about merit, we'll talk about locality, we'll talk about ELDS. Merit is like it doesn't care where you are from. But let's talk about locality. When we talk about locality, what do we mean? Hold on a bit. Regarding your University of Calabar post-UTME, every singular thing that you need to know regarding all your subjects, whether it's your use of English, whatever course, every singular thing from beginning to the end, whatever they were going to ask you, everything has been covered, and the curriculum treated in details in the LearnLift app. All you have to do is just march down to your Play Store or your App Store, and then go down quickly and download your LearnLift app. After downloading the LearnLift app, go to your special plan, click on special plan, and you have access to every singular thing as far as University of Calabar post-UTME is concerned. A quick one. Now let's get back to our class as we move together. Locality for University of Calabar, there are 6 states that are in locality. Talking about the South zone, the first state there we're going to call Cross River. So that student has a higher hand compared to that student from Imo. Why? Because of locality. Number 2, we're going to talk about what Akwa Ibom. Locality, right? At Delta State. These are all South State. Number 4, we're going to talk about your Edo State. We're going to talk about your Rivers State. We'll talk about your Bayelsa State. All are the 6 states. So if merit is going to be 305, for those in locality, they can have this to be 292. So if you are in locality, you're safe. So because you miss merit, at least locality is still saving. But we also have about ELDS, that's Educational Led Developmental State. Under the ELDS, number 1, look at it, we have our state, we have Benue State, Ebonyi, we have Adamawa State, we have Bauchi, we have Bayelsa, we have Benue, we have Borno, we have Cross River. Now see Cross River again. Now, and from that merit I told you, it is 273. You can see that. Are you seeing that? From the when I was showing you medicine, you can go back and check. Now you can see Kaduna, Kano, you can see all the states here, Yobe, Rivers, and so on and so forth. Now, that student had 274, but that student is from Cross River. You see, Cross River is number 1, and ELDS was 292. I'm using that medicine as a case study. Now, the student merit was 305. The student from Imo State did not meet up to merit because she had 285. She did not meet up to locality. First of all, she's not about meet up to locality. She's not from locality. She's not from ELDS because Imo is not here. Are you seeing that? But that student from Cross River that had 273. Number 1, if the student did not meet up to merit, is fall under locality. Okay, the score is not up to locality. You can see that same student is in ELDS. So these are the things to check. That is why you need to check in getting admission, merit, locality, and ELDS. You will have to fall in one of these 3 because it's going to give you an advantage. So if you didn't meet up to ELDS, it should be in locality. If you're not in locality, that means you have to merit it. Do you understand? Just practically, not too much talk about it. So this is how they range the cutoff mark. Talking about ELDS, merit, and your locality. I hope this is clear. If you have any question, you can DM us privately. And take note that if your scores are low, of course, this is LearnLift. You can go on Play Store, download the LearnLift app, watch video lessons, read notes, practice CBT, and tell a friend. This will also help you boost your score. You're going to see how the University of Calabar asks their questions. What are the things to know? How to practice University of Calabar question. Everything is in the LearnLift app. And my name is Sahemi. I'm going to see you in the next series where you're going to be talking about what to do if you have a low jump score. And still about the University of Calabar series, that will be our lesson 3. I still remember myself on now. Peace out. Hope you've enjoyed this class. Guess what? To follow up for more classes, just download the LearnLift app, whether on Play Store or App Store, and then follow up your classes. You must do extremely well. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.